So Act 3, Scene 1 continued. So the servant brings in the two murderers, and Macbeth says, was it not yesterday we spoke together? So already he had been teeing this up for some time. Okay, so yesterday he's already been planning the murders of both Banquo and Fleance, but yet he was saying, oh, ride you well, God be with you, and all those things. So we definitely get that idea of the false face that he presents to the court and to the rest of the Thanes, and that dark inner thoughts that he has about getting, I would say, rid of Banquo because he fears Banquo. It was, so please your highness. Well then now, have you considered to my speeches? Know that it was he in the times past which held you so under fortune, and the he here is Banquo. Okay. So the he here is Banquo, and in the times past which held you so under fortune. Now remember, the Thanes are administrators for King Duncan, and they raise taxes and kind of adjudicate and do those various things of which a noble lord was expected to do and to keep the peace. But here we find out that these two particular men have been somewhat put upon by a Thane. Now, Macbeth is blaming Banquo. Could Banquo have done it? Possibly. But kind of surmises that, in fact, it was maybe Macbeth. You thought of our innocent self. So here, you thought it was me. And again, we come back to that motif of Macbeth fearing what people think about him. People's opinion about him seems to matter. He wants to appear to be innocent. All right. Now, again, we got to remember that. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. We come back to that same thing from Act 1, Scene 5 with Lady Macbeth. All right. This I made good to you in our last conference, past in probation with you, how you were borne in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and all thing else that might have a soul to a notion crazed. Say, thus did Banquo. And look at it here. So he's talked about all the different things about what's happened, who did it, why, and it was Banquo that did it. So he's gone out of his way to paint Banquo as this greedy, avaricious Thane who, in a way, grinds the faces of the poor, and they have never been able to kind of, how we say, fulfill any of their own ambitions. You made it known to us. I did so and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Are you so gospel to pray for this good man and for his issue? His issue is Fleance. Okay, that's what his issue is, his offspring, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave. Got a nice piece. Okay, I have alliteration there. All right, got a nice little kind of piece of alliteration. That bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever. Bowed and beggared. Okay, some nice use of alliteration there to emphasize the kind of tone of what he's saying. Okay. And what he's saying here is, are you just going to let this go? Are you such good men? Are you so gospeled? Is you so religious that you were going to turn the other cheek and let Banquo get away with this? We are men, my liege. And again, it kind of makes you reflect back on, I am a man who dares do more, be none. All right, Act 1, Scene 7. And we get the same kind of arguments and cajoling and thing that go through in his getting the men to agree to kill Banquo. So let's have a look. And then he starts. In the catalogue you go for men is hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, shucks, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clapped all by the name of dogs. So he says we've got breeds, but let's look at these. Greyhound, a spaniel, a shuck, a water rug. They're all types, but some are better and more noble than others. Yeah. So, you're a man, like, like anyone, any guy can be a man, but you're not really a man. You don't have any nobility. You just describe what you are. The valued file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, everyone according to the gift which bounteous nature hath enclosed, whereby he does receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike. And so of men, now, if you have a station in the file, not in the worst rank, you're not in the worst rank of manhood, said, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, grapples you to the heart and love of us, and were our health but sickly in this life, which in his death were perfect. And here he gives 3 reasons why Banquo should be killed and why they should be grateful. 1, all right, he's your enemy. So you're getting rid of someone you hate. Okay, you're doing it for us, for my favor, and that who were our health, but in this sickly life, which death hath perfect. So in a way, he's saying it's better for everybody if Banquo dies. I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do in spite of the world. I'm prepared to kill. I am reckless what I do. And I and others so weary with disasters tug with fortune that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on it. I want you to look here. I would set my life on any chance to mend it or to be rid of it. And in a way, that's what Macbeth is trying to do himself. He is trying to mend what the witches have said in progress, i.e. the Banquo's heirs will be kings or be rid of them. So he's trying in a way to stop fate. Okay. Both of you know Banquo was your enemy, not Macbeth, but your enemy. True, my lord. So he is mine. And in such bloody distance that every minute of his being thrusts against the nearest life. Okay. And it's quite subtle. Because Banquo's your enemy, he's my enemy too. Yeah. So we're like a team. We are together in this. You are doing the king's bidding. And would you ever deny the king what he wanted? Of course you wouldn't, because he's the king and he can do what he likes and within certain bounds. Okay. Got bloody distance, okay, against my ears. And though I could with barefaced power sweep him from my sight and bid my will about it, yet I must not. Barefaced power. Eventually, that's what happens later on. We get that barefaced power. All the pretense leaves and the mask slips. But here, he's still pretending. Why? For certain friends are both his and mine, whose loves I may drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down, and thence it is that I your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye, from sundry weighty reasons. I want you to look back at this. Gloves I may drop, okay? Certain friends. Because if they know it's me, they will not be my friends anymore. It sounds almost petty, but people's respect is very, very important to him. And so in a way, he's playing his role. We get that idea of meta drama again, okay? Playing his role. That he's innocent, okay? That he had nothing to do with Duncan's murder. But really, it's very meta drama. He's playing a role. Shall my lord perform when you command us? Though our lives, let's see, though our lives, your spirit shine through you within this our most. I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy of the time, and moment on it must be done tonight. In something done, the palace always thought that I require clearness, and with him, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son, who keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than his father's, must embrace the fate of that dark hour. And that, again, we've got euphemism. He can't bring himself to say what it is. He calls it a euphemism. We are resolved, my lord. I call upon you straight, abide within. Excellent murders. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find out tonight. The rhyming couplet. Exit. Scene 2.